This is a really bright fly, very attractor type fly, good for sea trout and good for brown trout as well, but a really traditional fly. And the butcher series of flies have always been very popular. And now I would say this is one of the most colourful ones. Now I'm just using a standard, this is a wet fly hook, size 10. Now the thread I'm using, just a uni thread 80 in black. And I start my thread at the top. Now I'm just going to work my way down until I stop the thread just before it goes round the bend. Or in line with the barb of the hook, which is just about there. For the tail I'm just going to use, this is a lovely Kingfisher blue, but just Goose shoulder. Now I've been using, as you can see, the sort of top fibres, which are really nice. Now you need a slit from either the right and left side of the feather, just to form the tail, and you put them together like you would put a wing. So you just line up the ends, hold them together, make sure they're lined up. Tail length is up to yourself. It can be, much to say, the shank. It's tied over the back. Now I like to tie it onto, basically the turn is onto the bare hook, and then a turn on top, and that's your tail. And then we trim full length of the body. Now for the rib, I'm going to use a fine gold wire. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to carry one up, touch and turns with the thread, just making everything nice and smooth. Now I'm using a Mylar tinsel, but it's an old gold, or like a strong coloured gold. This one here, very yellow gold like. This is a medium tinsel. If I had this in large I would use it, but I don't have it, so now just make sure you take this up to the point where you give yourself at least 1.5 mils for the hackle and the wing. Now what I'm going to do here is, because of this type of tinsel, I'm going to wind down and then come back up. Just take your time all the way to the tail, and then one turn in front of the other, working your way up, just forming a nice body. You want this nice rich gold, or old gold as I call it. Across the thread, trim that away. Then a full turn at the back with the wire, and then rib the fly nice and tight all the way up. Come up against the thread. I put a 90-degree bend into the wire, which will basically keep it nice and tight. And you bend and break away the wire. You slightly tidy up the head area. Now, best if you could wax your thread at this point. This will help give the hackle a lot of grip and the wing. Now we're going to tie in our orange hackle. Now the hackle I'm using is just a hen, an orange hen. This is just a Chinese hen. And just in a small feather, and we tie it in by the tip. Just pull back the fibres. And then basically tie in 2 or 3 turns down. Fold back the tip and come back up. This will lock it in. Just hold the fibres till you find the tip. I usually draw my fingers back to it. You'll see the point, or the tip of the hackle pulls out. And then you're looking probably about 3 turns, I would think, on this hackle. Just straight, try and keep it straight. Yeah, I'm just using my fingers. You can use hackle pliers if you wish. This point here, come up with the thread. Just put a 90-degree bend into the hackle. Come through the stem, into the stem itself. Now you could fold it back, I'll show you what I mean. Just take it down and again. The stems on this are quite fine, so you can pull them back. Now a wee bit of wax on your thread, and then wind up. Now we're coming to the wing, which is basically using the blues off the Mallard, which can be a really, it's a Not an easy hackle or feather to use, sorry. But what you do is I'm going to take out, you need a right and a left side, so take a small slip, cut it. Not too long, not too wide, sorry. And that should get, say this is my side. The same in the other. And then we're going to basically tie these on the side. You can do them individually or you can put them both on together. I'll put them both on together. Just line them up. You'll see the underside there. What I'm doing here is making sure the tips are lined up. Just come in. Just take your time. As I say, they don't have to be exactly perfect. We can just, not right at the end of the tail, but just before it. Come round. Get them really on the shank. This turn or so. Come down nice and easy. Just returns to lock. Looks okay. Died worse. Now you can go back if you're not happy. I think just a wee touch high, so what I'm going to do is come back and then I'm going to lay them slightly on the side. Get them to come a wee bit lower. You only get away with doing this once or twice. The groove's already there, so I'm just going to come in. Hold them 2-3 turns. There's that. That's a wee bit better, I would say. Yeah, that's fine. As I say, they're not easy to use. I mean, once you start to fish the fly, they're going to slightly disintegrate anyway, so the colour's there once it's in the water. I'm just going to put a bit of wax on the thread here. Tidy up the head area. That's fine. Find the hook finisher and then come down the head. Now just come down with 2 or 3, well maybe 3 or 4 turns. Whip finish. What I'm doing is just tidying the head area up as I go. And then looking at, say, a couple of coats of varnish. And then the job's finished. And that there's your Kingfisher butcher.